The 14 Wisconsin Democratic state senators may have lost the battle to block Governor Walker's union-busting bill. But overall, we might have begun to win the war. I'll tell you how. First, the state senators were welcomed home in style at the biggest rally since the state's budget showdown began more than 3 weeks ago. Madison police estimate as many as 100,000 people turned out at the State House on Saturday. That is a giant crowd. The rally was organized by a variety of unions, including the AFL-CIO and the Wisconsin Farmers Union, which helped bring dozens of tractors from around the state to participate in the rally, including manure spreaders donning pictures of Governor Walker, which is fun for everybody. Now, according to the Associated Press, the unions asked the White House early on to send Vice President Biden to the rallies in Wisconsin. Now, that was many weeks ago. The White House reaction was, get out of here, get. Of course that didn't happen. Then many weeks later, as things are really heating up, they asked for the Secretary of Labor, Hilda Solis. Now that makes sense, right? And of course the White House wouldn't send her either. They said she's looking into the situation. The situation is over and she's still looking. But then something else happened that turned out to be a blessing in disguise. The people in Wisconsin took matters into their own hands and stopped waiting for the National Democratic Cavalry that never, ever arrives. And you know what? They're still fighting, even after the governor's questionable move to pass the bill. Now they're targeting Scott Walker's corporate backers. That's smart, notably M&I Bank. The bank's executives poured more than $46,000 into Governor Walker's campaign last year. Now that's more than they gave all other 2010 candidates combined. So now unions have started a Move Your Money campaign, urging teachers, cops, and firefighters to close their accounts at M&I. On Friday, Wisconsin firefighters picketed the bank, as you can see, and they withdrew $192,000, which then made them shut down the bank. They said, okay, mercy, please stop withdrawing it. And you know what? It can get a lot worse for the bank. One report estimates that unions have over $1 billion in pension funds invested at M&I Bank. You know what that means? That means, SpaghettiOs, you could be in a lot of trouble. Now, people have figured out that you can hit the powerful where it counts in their pocketbooks. The same thing happened in Egypt, where Mubarak only stepped down after the labor strikes began. And then there's the national and international movement against the power establishment. The group Anonymous recently released this video warning the global banking systems.
We are a decentralized, non-violent resistance movement which seeks to restore the rule of law and fight back against the organized criminal class. We are not affiliated with either wing of the two-party oligarchy. We seek an end to the corrupted two-party system by ending the campaign finance and lobbying racket.
Now that's a little spooky, but I liked it. And apparently they came armed with documents, which we're going to tell you about in a second. But look, what I like is peaceful resistance, okay? And the Anonymous website, it turns out, released a series of emails today from a former Bank of America employee accusing the company of fraud in handling its mortgage files. The email alleges Bank of America hid foreclosure information from federal auditors who were investigating reports that Bank of America was foreclosing homes without proper documentation. Now, look, our own Justice Department doesn't take any action against these guys. It's been 3 years since the debacle in Wall Street that caused our economic collapse. And where's Washington? Where's Washington? They haven't done a damn thing. But look, what you're looking at here, in combination of all these things, is a new model on how to fight back. You have to take action into your hands. Direct, peaceful resistance. Look, in my opinion, there is a war on the middle class going on, and it's not just me. Warren Buffett agrees. We've told you over and over. He says there's a war going on, and my class is winning. But it looks like now with Wisconsin and all those other things, the battle has actually been joined, which is fantastic. Now, let me show you how this has worked so far. We have things like WikiLeaks. Now, what they do is they break the news, providing direct information to people. Now, that helped in Egypt and in Tunisia, where they already knew their leaders were corrupt, but they got direct information about exactly how corrupt they were and how they did their corruption. It also exposed our government's lies in the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. And now Operation Leaks, run by Anonymous, is also exposing Bank of America, and WikiLeaks is planning to do more of that as well. Then the web provides direct organizing online. You saw that in a big way in Egypt. You also saw that a little bit in Wisconsin. Facebook, Google, and YouTube, all of these, and Twitter allow you to organize and get people together in the streets. And then finally, what we saw here in the United States is Wisconsin. It showed direct protests by the people are much more powerful than petitioning the National Democrats for help. You see that? We showed you over there, www, kind of like World Wide Web, very cute. But look, in reality, and what's actually important is this is the new model of fighting back against the establishment and against corporate power. Don't wait for your knight in shining armor to show up from D.C. The bad news is he ain't coming. The good news is it turns out you're the knight in shining armor. Get organized, get in the streets, get in the bank lobbies, get in their businesses, and fight back. That's my take, that's my opinion, and I think we're just getting started.